What's going on, YouTube gang? It's Mellow DFS coming to you live and direct, here to give you my plays for today's 9-game main slates. Today is the 2nd of January. Hope everybody's having a great one. Feel free to like the video, please subscribe if new or support the channel. I appreciate the love. Press that bell icon so you always stay notified for new videos, y'all. We cashed great yesterday, y'all. Let's get right back into it. Keep this train rolling. Going to the point guard slot. Now you still got Luka in a good spot. Luka Doncic 10-8 on FanDuel, but we're looking at, well, I think we were looking at about 12K on DraftKings. Let me just double check on DraftKings. Yeah, he's 12K on DraftKings, but more likely a good play on FanDuel. We got to look into the injury with Porzingis. If he's going to be out right now, he's questionable. So if he's out, Lucas is in a tough spot to pass on him, because he's going against Brooklyn. They're one of the worst teams against point guards. They're 29th against point guards, so he could definitely spurge in this play. Even at 12K, he could ball out, knowing that they're gonna give him the highs in the usage. He's already 38% in usage last game, averaging around 37% usage a game. So Luka Doncic is in a great spot against Brooklyn. Now for some good savings, you got De'Aaron Fox. I like him at 7,200, 73 on DraftKings. Same with Chris Paul, but De'Aaron Fox at home, he averaging around 43 fantasy points at home. Going against Memphis is a great game, great pace for them in their favor. They're 97 in pace. They're more like you would think they'd be faster than like they were last year, but 97 in pace. Memphis is 102.8. It's a great pace in his favor, and he balls out. As you can see, 38, 33, 43, 43, 47 in the last 5 against Memphis. It's a great saving spot if you want to plug him in, but this is a great spot overall. Even though he's 72, he could give you that 43, 45 window in this play. All right, that's the guy I'm looking at. You got DeJounte Murray still in a good spot. 5,700, still too cheap on FanDuel. He is 6K on DraftKings, but getting the minutes and usage, he's a great play against OKC. He balled out last time. He got great just great history against OKC. He had that 43 last game, 43 in the last 2 against OKC. So another great spot here at 5.7 on FanDuel. Something to consider here, knowing the upside is in his favor. All right, let's look into our shooting guards. All right, let's go to shooting guards. All right, now going for some savings. I like Buddy Hield, even though to me he's more of a cash play. 6,200. He is 67 on DraftKings, but 6,200 on FanDuel. Still more of a value play. This is a great spot here. They're 25th against shooting guards, and Buddy Hield's in a smashing spot against Memphis. Like I said, I just like Sacramento here, and a great pace in their favor. He has good upside. He had a 16 dud, but he had a 37, 40, 31 in the last 4 out of the 5 games. So great spot for him against Memphis. But yes, I just think that with the price tag, he's more likely going to be around 30, 40 floor. So something around that. That's all I can really see in this spot. But it's a safe floor, in my opinion, 6,200 on FanDuel. All right, now another guy you can look at is Damion Lee once again. Now he's 6K, but on FanDuel, 66 on DraftKings. Now we still got the news that just back out like it was last game. You have Russell out. You'll have, what do you call it, Stein possibly out. They're all doubtful. So he's in another great play once again. I mean, even though he's 6K, I see around 30, 35 fantasy points in this game for Damion Lee here against Minnesota. Even Minnesota's depleted, even though they had that crazy game in overtime last game, they're depleted as well. So it's going to be a tight rotations with these injuries, but they're going to have a lot of usage as well. So Damion Lee in this spot is a good play for today. All right, now let's look into our small forwards. All right, now look into small forwards like Alec Burks, going back to Golden State here. All right, he gave us that 45 last game, so we did well in that game. We had 38 minutes, and like I said, he's that focal point of that team. So with a lot of these injuries, him and even Draymond Green is in a good spot here. So Alec Burks still at 5,600, knowing his upside is still too cheap on FanDuel. definitely lock him in. Now he's 65 on DraftKings, but it's more of a ceiling play, more of a cash play on DraftKings. But nonetheless, like the upside on FanDuel for Alec Burks here. Another guy you can look at is Glenn Robinson, and he's 4,700. Still too cheap. All right, now you can also go to DraftKings at 5,600. So still a good spot here, knowing the upside with Glenn Robinson. They're 27th against small forwards, and he's in a smashing spot here to dominate. So they look at 23.8 projection, 5.1 value, but I think he can give you that 30 plus fantasy points in this play against Minnesota. Just like this game, he had that 34 last game when he gets the minutes, and he had 39 minutes last game. So if you get more minutes, just around like he did last game, is a great upside in his favor. All right, looking to our power forwards. We also got to look into the whole thing with Kevin Love. You know, he had a hip injury, but not sure if he's on that trade block, but he's in a good spot going against Charlotte. Last time he played Charlotte, he balled out with that 46 fantasy points. So that was a great knowing that he got good upside in this play, but we got to monitor him and see if he's going to play today because they're looking at Larry Nance to start. But we're going to monitor that play, but I love that spot for him. Like I said before, with Draymond Green, knowing that a lot of usage is going to go to him and Burks. You know, he had 40 last game in 35 minutes going against Minnesota. He balls out against Minnesota. He had 35, 40, 42, 31 in the last 4 games. So it was another great spot for him at 67, 68 on DraftKings. He could give you that 35, 40 fantasy point value in this play for today. So I love that spot. Another guy is Rashad Holmes, 6,700. He's 7K on DraftKings, but he got great upside against Memphis. You know, he should definitely dominate in the paint. You know, they give up a lot against centers, so he's in a great spot against Memphis. He had that 40 fantasy point game last game against Memphis. 6,700 is too cheap on FanDuel, knowing the upside, and he's a fantasy spot monster, y'all. He's 1.08 fantasy points per minute on the court, averaging the 29 minutes a game, but he's giving you value. So I like this spot for him. Let's see if I can look out for some more savings. Like I said, we got to watch out for Larry Nance situation, but hopefully if Kevin Love plays, then I'm going to lock him in. But another guy you can look at is LaMarcus Aldridge, 8,300, but he's too cheap on DraftKings. You know, it's a great spot for him on DraftKings. They were looking at 7,600. Let me just double check. If he's 7,600, that's too cheap, knowing the upside, especially playing at home. He balling out, averaging 50 plus fantasy points going against OKC at home. So I love this play at home with the upside for him. All right, so check him out. He's in a good spot here. Oh, sorry, looking at the wrong guy. There we go. He had 58, 47, 35, 80, 43. Last 5 games against OKC, averaging around 50 fantasy points, playing at home against them. So love San Antonio in this matchup against OKC. LaMarcus Aldridge in a great upside, especially on DraftKings. All right, let's look at the last play at center. All right, we got to look at the Blake Griffin news. If he's going to sit, of course, if he is, Andre Drummond's in a good spot, 9,800 on both platforms. All right, as you know, he's got good upside. So I love this play. Even though he had that 39 dud against them last game, he had 54, 45, 49. So it's more of a ceiling play at 9,800. But another guy you can look at is Rudy Gobert going against Chicago. Dominated last time against them. He had 53, 50 in the last 2 games against Chicago. So love this spot at 8,800, 89 on DraftKings. Great spot for Rudy Gobert to go ham against this mediocre team, especially in the paint. So they're 26 against opposing centers. Rudy Gobert's in the smashing spot here. Another guy I could look at for some savings will be Miles Turner. 5,800, and he's 5K on DraftKings. Knowing the upside with Turner playing at home in Denver is something to look at, y'all. Now, don't be scared at Denver. I mean, he's horrible playing at Denver, but playing at home against Denver, he gives you value. He had 41 last time. He had 32, 20. Those are games that he played at Denver, but he had a 47, 37 in the last 5 games against Denver. But playing at home, he has much upside against Denver. So it's a great pivot, great value play for Miles Turner to turn this around. No pun intended, but Miles turns in a smashing spot at home against Denver. And those are my plays for today, y'all. Just had to analyze it. If you like these plays, give a thumbs up. Any questions or concerns with your lines, comment below using Draft Dashboard tools and the link in my description. So you want access to my player pool to make quality lines, click the link in the description to sign up. You have access to the NBA cheat sheet to give you the best plays of the slate without doing much research, 24/7 live data, sleepers in your studs. Click on the watch players. You have access to your player pool and also to my picks up top. All you have to do is click on watch Mel's DFS picks up top for my plays for either DraftKings or FanDuel. Also, you can also go to your lineup optimizer, and we also added a new tool in your lineup optimizer for your GPP and cash plays, y'all, for your lines. As you can see, you can click either GPP or cash for your lines, y'all. So that's whatever strategy you like, but definitely cash if you want to double up your money to build your bankroll. But of course, you want to do that takedown. Go to GPP to get that takedown, y'all. But nonetheless, I love y'all, man. This is Mel DFS, and y'all stay blessed. And I'll see y'all in the next video.